Good morning. We've left our place of lodgings and we're on the way down now to from Geelong down to the ferry terminal at Queenscliff. I got an email last night to say we've got to be there an hour early, for what it's worth. So I had to leave early. It's 5:30. Temperature's 10 degrees and it's relatively clear. So it looks like we might have another nice day, thank goodness. We'll go down to the terminal and then stand around and hurry up and wait. Just berthed at Sorrento, came across in the ferry from Queenscliff, 40 minutes, which as opposed to about an hour and a half to 2 hours if I went out through Melbourne, plus the mileage of course. There's only 11 cars on board plus this motorcycle, so not very much, and this ferry, they tell me, can take 71 cars, so it's a fairly big ferry. Looks like people are starting to get off now, so we'll disembark as well, I suppose, when they're ready to go. From Sorrento we'll go across to Western Port Bay. We'll follow down the edge of Port Phillip Bay here for a bit, and then we'll go across to Western Port Bay and then go down to Lakes Entrance. This is the foreshore of Dromona on Port Phillip Bay. When I was down at Portsea 55 years ago, or 60 years ago, we used to come down to Dromona and then up to Arthur's Seat, which is just a mountain just behind here. There's a restaurant up the top, which was quite famous back then. However, most of Mornington Peninsula has a similar type of reputation as Port does in Sydney. This is where a lot of the well-heeled people live. And you can guess that by the lycra clad people riding their $7,000 bicycles, 3 abreast, and the joggers. Yeah, the temperature is risen a little now, and it's hovering around degrees, and we are fairly well past Port Bay and headed east. Phillip Island turnoff is just behind us. We're just left behind. Phillip Island itself is about 2 kilometres off to our right. So here's a view of Kiltunda from the escarpment. We're now descending down toward the coast, and we'll fairly well follow it for the rest of the trip. Just showing a little bit of the foreshore of Inverloch. It's quite pretty down here. In fact, if the sun was out, it'd show it, I guess. And just to show that Great Northern Road is not, Great Coast Road is not the only good motorcycle road here. This is the coming through the hills just before Yarram. It just shows where there's some mountains, and it's always going to have a good motorcycle road.